I love that this is on camera.
We don't really.
I know. Listen,
That should be the take.
this is like, this shit is alive.
I would expect nothing less.
Welcome
though.
back.
Hi, Talon.
Get a little touch up. Welcome back to the Touch Up. I am your host, Taryn Feldman.
And I am your host, Mari Brown.
Oh, Mari Brown.
Hi, Talon.
Hey, girl. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you, too.
What a week. What a time.
What a big week.
What a big week. We were just like, let's start a podcast.
Yeah, and you did it in 4 hours.
In 4 hours.
Wild.
Really, in like a week and a half.
Yeah.
We just threw some walls up and
Yeah, just a couple dollars and a dream.
Yeah, just a couple
Just
bucks.
a couple bucks and a little bit of a dream.
Fucking dream.
Hey, I got to get this out there real quick, especially to you,
Oh my
just
God.
because I haven't shared this with anybody yet. I was walking out to take my garbage out last night, and I had an encounter with a skunk. Like I walked out and I was like, I actually said out loud, oh my God, this is going to happen.
Oh, did you get sprayed? Well, no, you don't smell.
No, I don't smell. It didn't. But I was like, oh my, like I looked
This
at him.
is going to happen.
He stopped. He looked at me and he was just, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And at that, because he turned at that moment, like I thought he was going to like move his little body, and he just was like, girl, you good. And I was like,
He just wanted to know the time.
he was so, that's it. Man,
Do you have the time?
it was the closest I've ever been to a skunk before. And I really thought that that was it.
Well, thank God.
Oh my God.
I've seen a baby skunk before, and I borderline was like, maybe I need a baby skunk.
Because they're so fucking
They're
cute.
so tiny.
They're like Disney animals.
Yeah, they're cute. They're
You want to like be friends with a raccoon and a skunk, and you want to bring them in.
Yes.
You don't want to get sprayed though.
No, absolutely not. Speaking of shit.
Yeah.
Gee, thanks for that transition.
I'm just kidding. But we do have a really fun guest today.
Hi.
I'm just kidding. But we do have a really fun, wonderful guest today who smells so good.
And is beautiful.
Who's never been sprayed by a skunk.
I don't think I have.
I don't think I have either, but I've been around a dog that got sprayed.
Well, dogs do,
Brutal.
animals do, because they get too close.
Well, yeah, they don't know.
This
And then
skunk,
they hold the smell for a really long
very
time,
long time.
right?
But
Okay.
this squonk.
No.
Oh
She stroked out.
It happened.
Already?
Should we just keep going? Or
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Go just
Yeah,
work through the stroke.
Work through it. Grow up.
Grow up. If you haven't worked through a stroke before,
You're not 40.
yeah, you're not 40.
Stroke out on the daily.
Wow.
I actually don't ever want to.
But you look like you smell delicious.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God,
you
thank
do.
Like, you know those
I
people
am.
that you
Such
just
a
like
compliment.
meet
Yeah,
and
you're like,
see. You're like, they look like they
Yeah,
smell.
Kelly
Oh,
Henderson
what
smells
a
good.
compliment,
And
guys.
so our guest today is Kelly Henderson,
Hi.
a male groomer, a fellow podcaster,
Yes.
a fellow agency mate.
Yes. Oh
We
my
are
God, we're
with-
all one big happy family.
Yeah, we're all with Forward, and that's
Love
just so
that.
fun. We love that. We love that. So those of you who are just kind of tuning in, we do makeup and hair. We haven't even really talked about ourselves.
So
on the
have
pod.
y'all introduced yourselves at all?
Not
Oh.
really.
Okay.
Figure
That
it
might be
out.
an
Yeah.
episode idea.
They're like, who the fuck are these people?
And why do they know so much about nothing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Somebody's
But
got
just
to.
keep on listening and you'll find out.
Yeah, just it's like a
Stay tuned.
we're like onions.
Yeah, yes, just every layer.
But I do makeup and hair, and she does makeup and hair, and she does makeup and hair.
Mhm.
All of us.
I know, like what?
But in different ways.
But
Yeah.
in different
Yeah.
ways.
Yes.
Because you're a male groomer,
I'm a
and
male
also you
groomer.
style,
Yes.
and
which
you're
is
a
a totally
choreographer
different.
and a producer
And a philanthropist.
and a
God,
philanthropist
yes.
and a candy maker.
Oh my
And a
God.
skunk whisperer. Yeah.
That's why I've never been sprayed. Yeah.
Yes, I know. I forget you style.
Oh, I do a couple of my clients.
Oh,
like I
okay.
do Blessing and a couple other people, but it's I do all three of them with those people. So it's whenever I'm doing their grooming, I'll also do styling. I'm not done styling on its own, but
Yeah.
it's kind of a full package deal. For
I
me.
think that's what I
One-stop shop.
remember
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
first met you years and years and years
Oh
ago.
yeah, we
You
did
were
a shoot
styling.
like forever ago. Yeah, I've always just kind of done both.
I know.
Hey, what made you like focus on men's grooming?
Someone asked me that the other day. It was, for me, I've always done both and all of it, and it was just so much. And I was like, I have to like make this into a smaller little group and
Yeah.
find a niche.
Yeah.
And then there was no one here just doing men. And because I had started working with Dirks like almost 16 years ago, I kind of started to just get those calls like from just working with him so much.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, maybe this is just the lane I need to go in.
Yeah, it's smart.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are your favorite male product? I can't even like think of male products that I really love. Oh,
Kevin Murphy.
Yeah, for hair. I love
Yeah.
Kevin
Hair,
Murphy.
like that, like-
Specifically, like just male. Is there
For-
like brands for just male?
They're starting to
Men?
be. So you guys know like Unite, the hair
Oh,
line.
is
They
that
have
just? Oh,
no, they have a great line they just started for just men.
oh, I love
And
that.
then there's obviously like brands like Crew and
Mhm.
you know things
Oh,
that have
yeah,
been
yeah.
around forever that really focus like straight on men.
Have you ever
that.
heard of
Yeah.
Days of Dirt?
Not yet. Do I
Oh,
need
I think
to?
I think I've heard of it.
I use it for this thing
I love
right
that
here.
thing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But for men's hair, it's awesome.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I met him at an award show, the CEO and creator,
Yeah.
and he like sent me a couple of his products, and they were
Great.
amazing in men's hair.
Days
Ooh.
of Dirt.
Yeah,
of
they just
Okay.
give it that like texture, not greasy, not like too
Perfect.
producty. It's
Yeah.
coconut based.
Yeah.
So it's like after you're done using it, you don't have to wash your hands.
Oh my God, that's the best. Because I hate the
What?
grit when you're walking down around set and you
Fucking
can't even
Knight
touch your
Rider.
own face.
Yeah.
Oh, Knight Rider will get stuck
Fucking
on you
Knight
for
Rider.
hours. Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I do
everything's
love
just
Knight
like-
Rider.
There's like
You're like, I'm
hair
just going to be
on it.
hanging out with you the rest of the day with my hand on your head. We're connected. We're Siamese.
Listeners
in
are
a
like,
not
what are
Siamese
they
way.
talking about? But it puts such like a sticky, tacky feeling
it's
on your hand.
Yeah.
That's why she's doing this. Like it'll get stuck. You stick to everything.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You're like, I'll just harmonize for you.
Yeah.
Just tease up on stage. You're just this harmony.
Stuck on you like that movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That terrible, funny, goofy
Oh,
movie.
it was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good
Do you remember that one?
Which one?
Matt Damon and the incredible
Oh, Greg Kinnear.
Greg Kinnear.
Greg Kinnear.
They were
Hey,
were
Greg
Siamese
Kinnear.
twins.
What?
No, never seen it.
Siamese twins?
Mhm.
Okay, well, no, obviously I know what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah,
though.
you're gonna
Oh,
watch Stuck
well.
on You.
Okay.
Is it not? Maybe I'll watch.
Yeah,
TBD. I'll keep you guys
TBD,
posted.
I know.
this is a sidetrack right now,
Oh,
but I did recently.
This whole fucking
I'm
conversation.
sorry.
I'm like, what are we
I was-
talking
I know. Let's start a beauty talk. A beauty podcast and not talk anything about
beauty?
I'm sick of it. Are you from here?
Louisiana originally.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cute.
But I've been here since 2004. So, you know, it just feels like home.
You've been here.
Oh, the whole time
The
before
whole
it's changed
time. Wow.
everything.
Wait,
yeah.
when did you start doing glam?
Probably 2007. I have a PR degree, which is so random, but that's what I came
Useful.
here to do. Yeah, it is kind of useful because now, especially with like when I had a blog and doing the podcast, I actually have some frame of reference for like the business side of that, you know,
Yeah.
the marketing piece of it. But yeah, I came here to do that and I got behind a desk and was like, I can't do this.
Yeah,
like, I
yeah.
literally can't do this. I
Right.
sucked at it because I just can't focus. when
You're
I'm-
creative.
yeah,
There's
like
a
I
touch
could
of
be doing the
ADHD
same
in there
thing
too.
100%. So that's why I do a lot of different things because every day has to be different and then I thrive. But if I'm doing one thing, I can't even function after a couple hours, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yes.
Like I need the challenge of a lot
100%.
of things.
100%. You're speaking.
We are
to
your
the-
I
mirrors.
think you are my people. Yes.
Not just my jacket, just because I have a very shiny jacket
I
on.
know.
I didn't know
And
which one it was.
Yeah.
Where was the reflection
Which
coming
mirror
from?
are we
Yeah.
talking about?
And then how did you get it? You just were like, I don't want to do this, so
So-
let me do a little papa on you.
Well, I've always wanted to do it, but where I'm from, and both my parents worked like in normal. My mom was a school principal, my dad was in the oil business, so they were like, "You want to do what? Like, you got to go to school." You know, you just kind of always. I had to follow that mentality.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this could be a job. Like, I didn't grow up in an LA where people did that. Like in Baton, I mean, it was in LA, but it was Baton Rouge, and at
Yeah.
that time they weren't doing movies and stuff. So I was just like, didn't know it was an option.
Yeah. Down
Saw
by the
red
bayou.
carpets, but I was like, oh, that's like a pipe dream.
Huh.
Wow.
I don't know if I don't even remember what I used to think when I first got in, or like what I
Like how
really-
you
Oh,
started.
no. I remember how I started.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
how I started, but I don't know if I was like, I'm gonna
Same.
do.
I didn't know anything. I
Yeah.
just kind of fell into it and I was still having a great time in life and partying. And it was like,
well, don't you remember being like, wait, someone will pay me to do that?
totally.
That was how I
Yes.
first
Yes.
felt.
Yes.
And then you get to the point where you're like, okay, I'm going to need to be paid more to
Yeah.
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
I'm not gonna get out of bed for
No.
less.
Were you a Mac girl?
I never was a Mac girl though. No, I know you were. Were you?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, so many of my friends were.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
feel
like everybody was.
Yeah. I think
It's
it's
like
a
a rite
really
of
good place to
passage.
do like training. Yeah.
Some kind of counter.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You do learn a lot there. I mean, I learned a lot from.
When you're seeing every type of skin, every
Sure.
type of anything. Yeah. That's great.
all walks of life, the general public, period.
Gym hop. Yeah.
Woof. God.
Woof. I still remember like specific. I remember I helped this couple. They were an older couple. And I think the woman, she was in a wheelchair. She came up to the counter. I think I was working for Laura Mercier. I was like freelancing for Laura Mercier. And he wanted me to teach him how to do her makeup because she couldn't use her hands anymore.
Oh
and
my
the
God.
second they walked away, I sunk to the ground and sobbed.
Oh.
That is literally the nicest thing ever.
Remember that forever.
Forget that. Yeah.
I have a story not similar at all at the Mac counter. I have a fear of clown, right? It's not like it's normal, irrational fear of clowns.
Yeah,
I'm getting older, so I'm kind of like, all right, I can see you, and I know that you're not going to kill me.
I hope you're over your fear of clowns.
Right. Yeah. So this gentleman walks in with a caboodle, and he chooses me. I see him choose me. He looks at me, points at me, and is like, this. So I walk over. He sets down his little caboodle, opens it up, and takes that and goes like this. So I'm a clown, and puts on a nose and had me teach him how to
do the rest.
Yes. He didn't want like circle rosy cheeks. He wanted them to be a little bit more blended. Yeah.
Wow.
But he put on or maybe I did the makeup first and then afterwards he put the nose on. Regardless, the nose was put on.
Surely when you were doing the makeup though, you knew what he was, right?
I didn't.
Wasn't his face like white?
No, he didn't have anything on. He just wanted to know how he didn't want like his cheeks to be so perfectly circular. So he just wanted like that pretty little flushed and he just wanted to learn how to do that. And then when I was done, he put the nose on. And then I was checking him out and I did like a little mime thing like this and he like lit up. He got so excited.
Well, what do you think's going to happen when you mime to a fucking clown?
Right. You get a business card.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
Giggles the clown. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys, are you still in touch or?
No, I have looked him up though.
Yeah.
Like in like
just
the
curious
years.
about him.
Curious about where he's at, what he's doing. Jersey.
Oh.
New Jersey, Bergen County.
Feels right.
Where all the clowns go to die. Bergen County.
Yeah. So that I remember that story.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I mean, you see all kinds, truly.
See all kinds. I think it's good to learn.
Oh, for
just
sure.
like weddings. Did you ever do weddings?
I did do weddings.
Mm-hmm.
And then also when you first start with music videos and you're doing all the extras, same deal. Because it's literally every type of person. And you have to do them so fast and like cycle them through.
Yeah.
And then when did you start your blog?
So let me think what year that was.
God, you have a blog too?
I did.
And a podcast?
I did.
Okay.
So I've kind of retired out of the blog sphere because it's so much work. And once the pandemic happened, it was so big.
What was it called?
Velvet's Edge.
Oh, that's right.
Velvet's Edge.
Right. That was very big.
Yeah.
Skipped it right on in.
Yeah, girl.
So I really went through a really hard time. We were talking about breakups before the podcast. And like, I went through a really bad breakup. I was engaged to be married. I found out he'd been cheating the whole time, like 3 months before the wedding. So I was like, oh, dude, I was a shell of a human for a really long time, you know? And I think I was 30. And so it was one of those times where I didn't have enough life behind me to realize like, yo, this is a relationship, not the universe. So it felt like my whole world was over.
For sure.
And I remember I moved in next door and I happened to move in next door to a girl I knew. And she was also going through a breakup. And we were just like depressed all the time on each other's couches, watching sappy movies, crying, drinking wine, eating popcorn, whatever. And we were like sick of ourselves, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she was an interior designer and we were just like, we have to do something. And we started a blog together. And that's what it was. And then she moved on to meet a man and get married and have kids. And so I just kept on going myself. And yeah, over the years, it really just turned into a whole thing of fashion, beauty.
Yeah, it was so cool.
I still do like a lot of those topics on the podcast. It's just, I haven't done both. Once the pandemic hit, it just got so unmanageable for me to try to do everything by myself. Mm-hmm. And like life just changed a little bit. So
then you were like, it's not gonna be a blog, but the name is so good and had such a big following that you're like, I'm just gonna parlay this into a podcast and then sign to iHeartRadio.
Yeah. So I signed to iHeart actually before the pandemic and I was doing all of it still. And then, it just, the podcast world just really took off, I think a lot more. And I was like, are people even reading blogs anymore? You know, I think I don't know.
I never read one.
I mean,
I also don't.
I think people have just gotten so oversaturated that it's just like whatever is one click away and the easiest. And so even sometimes people will be like, oh, I listened to that podcast. And I'm like, oh, I'll ask them a question about it. And it's like, no, they just saw the clip on Instagram. Like actually doing the whole thing or whatever, even it's like everyone just has so much thrown at them all the time.
Yeah.
So So, not to be discouraging. Right?
No, I know. We know.
To digest.
Yeah, but you have to just have your own niche, which is like what we were talking about earlier. It's really finding what your thing is. And so now I just realized like I love doing the external beauty stuff, but I also have to really dive into like insides and internal beauty and whatever kind of healing or deeper work. Yeah, I'm just super into all of the whole picture. And so that's what the podcast is.
Love
beautiful. I love that so much.
Together.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Girl, what did you say? I don't know what I say a lot. Did I say something?
I was trying to go back. I was like, wait, what did she just say?
We're not even going to remember that this fucking happened.
Are you here right now?
I'm going to call you and go, did you know that we have a podcast?
Yeah. We do?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember doing it.
I don't either.
I love that you're like, in 1 week, we just threw up some walls and like, it was such a casual put together of this really amazing space that
Thank you
created.
So much. There was nothing casual about it.
I thought so.
But there's also, it's just when I have something in my head, I have to do it.
Yeah.
And then she was going to do it with somebody else and I was going to do it with somebody else.
I was like this with Taryn Feldman from day one, 10 years ago. I'm like, let's just pipe dreams. But we all know how, whatever. She's everywhere. She's dabbling. She dicks and this and this over here.
In everything. In everyone and everything. My dick's been in you, Kelly. My emotional dick has been in you.
Oh, for sure. 100%. Your emotional dick got real wet with me.
And it'll be in you again.
I mean, Mari, actually, could you leave us alone?
Yeah. Sure. I'll just be in the corner painting it happen.
But it is like fun having this like extracurricular thing happening. I mean, we still love what we do.
Of course. It's just an extension. That's how I always like think about all of it is how do I make this all cohesive and work together?
Right.
Because like I said, I want to keep doing a bunch of different things. And I think you guys are the same way. But you need a new challenge sometimes.
Yeah.
So how can you like...
And where do you go after, 44 and then 45 and then 47, 48, 49, 50,
I think you just keep getting older, hopefully.
Geriatric makeup artist.
You can't be on set forever.
What a pretty girl she is.
Right.
Look at her. I'm going to come in and slap a little lipstick.
Right.
How do you feel about a blue eye with a
right.
Yeah. Oh, my lumbar.
It's so true. And there's always somebody younger that's like hungry and wants to chase it.
There's a lot of them.
We have boundaries now. Yeah.
Many.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I know. There's so many of them. Let me ask you, how do you,
oh boy.
How do you deal with people that cold call you, cold DM you and ask you for lots of advice and they want to pick your brain and they want to help? How do you deal with that? Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the like kindest, nicest answer.
I know.
I have a really hard time like responding. And also sometimes I'll refer them to like a blog post or my podcast. I'll be like, oh, I did an episode about that. Because I'm like, how is this going to work for me?
Go back to my second episode.
Exactly. No, but it's kind of like that. I used to have a friend who would say, hey, my rate per hour is blah, 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 and charge a consulting fee. Because I think it's like, you don't want to be a dick.
No.
But also like, we all had to hustle and do the work and figure it out. There was a lot of figuring out. There still is for me all the time, like you figure it out as you go. And so it's kind of hard to go like, I don't even know you. We have no relationship. So why would I sit down and just give you a rule book and a guidebook that I had to go build myself for free?
Yeah, you shouldn't.
So you should write that book and then you should just send them a link every time they ask.
Yes.
Because you want to be helpful,
right?
But you also need to be compensated for your time.
Well, it's just like, oh my God, the amount of shit we've all eaten over the past 20 years is, I don't know how to describe that to help your career. I don't know how to put that into words.
And then they won't want to do it anymore.
Go walk around New York City or LA or Baton Rouge with a physical portfolio.
Right.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And just knock on doors and assist and
I
for
found
nothing.
Mine. I found my book. My
did?
original book. It's like 9 by 12.
Oh my gosh.
And it's all terrible works.
Terrible. When I look back sometimes, I'm like, I was proud of that.
I
That
can't
was
believe I do what I do for a living because I'm a piece of shit. I'm not talented.
I'm not talented.
I'm not good. Do not hire me.
You're like my wing liner curls.
Oh my God. The back in the day. Yeah, but think about even when you're talking about that clown, he came in to a place to get a tutorial. Now people just go to YouTube.
Sure.
So the access is like so different than how we ever had it.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's why everybody's a makeup artist now.
Right.
That's why all the influencers.
Right.
Yeah, but there's a place for everybody.
Well, to me, that's a different thing. Like a beauty influencer, I have all the respect for. It's just a totally different deal.
Well, because they don't do anybody else.
No,
they only do
you can
themselves.
learn your face in a different way than doing someone different every day.
Absolutely.
Or just in maybe easier way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or it's
Well,
just different.
the two are just not the
They're
same.
just not comparable.
Yeah. Like at all.
Yeah.
Just like I think your knowledge of like men's grooming is just different than
because it's all that I do.
It's all that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
I like doing a good dude every now and then. I do.
Yeah. Nice to switch it up.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you were going to go with that. Doing a good
you
dude.
know where
I mean,
where I was
combo
going with that.
Okay. Give the listeners what they want, Marty.
Remember the story I told you right before we started filming?
Tell me, before we kind of jump into some other things, I want to know who your dream client would be.
Oh, God. I'm really trying to manifest Post Malone right now.
I want Posty for you.
He's in Nashville all the time.
I know. I want Posty for you.
I feel like he has so many tats. I'm like, do you even do grooming? But like,
sure.
he's got to do something.
Everybody needs self-care. Everybody needs to like,
I know.
snatch up.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
A little pop.
A little pop.
He's also so sweet.
That's what I've heard. I only want clients with good energy now.
Oh my God.
Like I just cannot tolerate anything different.
Yeah.
So if I hear anything bad, I'm never wanting to go chase that.
Yeah.
I've heard really good things about his energy and just like him as a person. So.
Yeah. He was backstage at the ACM Honors.
Yeah.
And I just heard him talking to a bartender and he's just a kind.
Nice. Right.
And then he walked by and I said, yeah, girl. And he said, yeah, girl. And I was like, that's who
Who was doing his grooming?
Moment.
I don't know.
See?
I didn't see who he was there with.
Well, anyway, I'm putting it into the universe. Posty, call me.
Yes, girl. I love that.
It'll happen for you.
Yeah,
I feel
it already happened.
It already happened.
Yeah.
It already happened.
Did we just make it happen?
It already happened.
It did happen. Oh my God, I can't wait to tell
Ladies
you
and
guys
gentlemen,
about
Post
it.
Malone.
I know. Wouldn't that be funny if we were like, he's here?
I hope you have your caboodle.
Kelly, he's here.
Oh my God, if he walked in right now, I would slide off.
Oh, that'd be really cute to have Posty on the red lips.
Wow.
On the red
oh my
lips.
God, you guys,
come sit on our
when he's my,
lips.
Sit on our big red lips.
How do I say to the present though? I was going to say when he's my client, I'll have him do the podcast.
There you go.
Thank you.
When he
Thank
is.
you, Kelly.
When he's my client.
Yes, you'll just have him call us or something. And then what are some of your like fave products?
For men specifically?
No,
or
for you personally. Like I want to know like what you're using in the morning.
Okay, well, you know what I can't quit and I'm going to curse you for is that foundation, the Shanta.
Oh, Shantai?
Yes.
Daddy.
It's
the shit.
So good. I
Shantai?
try other things.
Shantai.
Yeah, but it's so expensive.
It's all expensive.
$120.
Jesus.
It's
However,
it does last.
It
I
does
mean,
last.
It lasts
You don't
a good
need
bit.
a lot. Are you wearing it right
I'm
now?
wearing it right
And
now.
your skin looks
God.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Are you Chanticleer?
I'm Lemaired.
Oh.
I'm Laura Mercier and Lemaired.
Okay.
I can't do any. I'm not a full face girl. I don't look good
I've
with
never been like
lots
a
of powder
baked,
and
caked, whatever.
Yeah. Even
That's,
right
like,
now,
not
this
me.
is like the most for me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, your skin looks amazing
Thank
too.
you so much.
Yeah.
It's because it's hot as fuck outside. I'm
And
sweating.
you're
with this
Italian and
blazer.
tan and all the things, but yeah.
We have a phone number that people can call and ask us any question, and then we listen, and then we can answer on the pod.
I love that.
So why don't I pull this up?
Hey, Taryn. First of all, gotta say, I think you are the most beautiful, magical, wonderful, compassionate, perfect host for a podcast. And I'm just so proud of you. But anyhow, selfishly, I'm really excited because I get to ask beauty questions from the expert, and I feel too guilty to do that when we're just hanging out with friends. So here we go. I want to know my lifelong quest for my entire life has been to find a concealer that does not crease without baking. I cannot achieve it. I have not been able to achieve it. I like a very glowy look with like BB cream and a little cream blush.
She just wants a concealer that doesn't crease. Thoughts?
Ugh,
I know.
that is like literally, if you could invent that. I mean,
What about the clay to pose?
I haven't used that.
Oh, the clay to pose, the sticks,
Okay.
they dry down.
Okay. Does it get really dry though?
No, it doesn't. They're really fantastic.
Okay.
But here's some advice. You really hydrate, prime,
Totally.
conceal, translucent powder before anything creases with a sponge. That's your best bet.
Yeah.
And I think you said the right thing when you were talking about the prep, which we talked about when you were on my podcast too.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing an eye mask, it immediately moisturizes and gets rid of some of the dark circles. So you just don't need as much.
Yes.
And I think that's what I see people doing the most is they're putting so much on and then they just keep going, well, it's still dark here, so I'm going to put more on. And it's like the more you cake, obviously, the more it's going to crease and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
Yeah.
Agreed.
No, I agree.
Agreed. Yeah. A little
Oh my
bit
God,
goes a
look at
long
it.
way. You can always
Yes.
build.
Yes. But it's so really like really important is to prep properly.
Yeah, I think prepping properly, a primer. I also really love the Laura Mercier pots.
Okay, I use those.
Yes.
And I agree with you. They're very creamy.
Yes.
I don't find them to crease.
I guess if you really, really thin them out and use your finger, I feel
Yeah.
like that's the best way to use those.
Yeah.
Well, my dudes, I still use MAC Pro Longwear.
Wow.
Really?
Back like it's like
You're
a
also
old
a
school It
what's the
Cosmetics.
face and body?
Oh
Oh,
God, I
wow.
fucking live by face and body.
C2, C4.
I mean,
Face
oh my
and
God.
body is the
W2.
shit.
Used to, I
N4
know,
and
remember the
N5.
smell of it.
Because I'll mix it with so much other stuff. But for dudes, for me, it just
Perfect.
looks the most normal.
Yeah.
Like it just looks the most like skin. I mix it with stuff that has a little more coverage if they need it. But like, I just have never found a dude that likes to look like he has makeup on.
Yeah.
I know.
So that's like the perfect, and I use it. I literally do
Put
the
it
face and body. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually feel like face and body is lighter than because I love it for.
You can't just use it though.
I know, but I feel like even face and body is even like more lightweight.
Oh, for sure.
Than it. I feel
I
like
mix it with it.
Yeah, it.
Like that.
It.
Yeah.
It.
I like Ilia's concealers a lot.
Oh, okay. I haven't tried
They're
those
very.
either.
Oh,
Not us.
Yes.
No.
I'm just kidding.
There's just
Do you
so
think
many
Corey
makeup
Feldman
brands.
likes to wear a lot of makeup?
Who?
Corey
Kelly-
Feldman.
Yeah.
Where are we going with this?
I have no idea. Go home tonight.
Dude,
Watch
I have
Stuck
so
on
much
You.
to do.
And watch Corey Feldman perform live.
Do
what an
yourself
artist.
a favor, Kelly. Watch
He's so bizarre.
Corey Feldman.
Does he have on a lot of
He
perform.
was
makeup?
in Goonies.
Oh, I know who he is.
Yeah. And he's also
He's now an artist.
An
He's like a
artist.
singer.
Oh.
he's an amazing,
I think
amazing performer.
That's subjective. I think
Seems
he
debatable.
definitely probably wears a little bit of glam.
I think he would. I think he
What
could use some
made your
glam.
brain
I'm
go
going to
to
manifest
him?
him as my.
Oh, you're into it.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if this was like a.
No, she really loved. She wanted us to go to a Corey Feldman.
He was here in
performance.
Oh, so
Nashville.
this is real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
Well,
her, it's real. For me, it's not.
well, of course, but you're a supporter. You're a wingman.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
would. You
Oh,
would
I'd wing that.
go.
Of course
Yeah.
I'd
I
go.
love to see him.
Obviously.
He's a part of my tribe. Of course I'd
He
go.
had. He has his backup dancers. They're called the Angels.
Oh my God. Can you be one of
I
those?
want to be. Well, that's why I
Obviously,
really
that
want to
outfit
meet
would be
him. And I
perfect.
know.
Wow.
I know.
I know.
I know.
Okay,
I
so
know.
we're manifesting this.
Hard.
We just did a lot today with
He's
that.
so much man.
I'm
I don't even
exhausted.
know what
I need a nap.
I know. I'm manifesting like sleep later. and,
Oh,
like,
that's
I
good
don't
too.
even know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't even know what I'm manifesting. I just want to work with good, fun people.
That's
Same.
all.
I really would love for this podcast to do great.
Yeah.
So I'm manifesting.
It
that.
already is.
It already is.
Yeah.
It's
We're killing
already
It is.
successful.
I think you guys are killing
There's
it.
no genre. There's no plan. It's going great.
Would you listen to us?
Well, of course I
Well, she's
would.
at
I'm
least
here
gonna
right now
listen to
listening in
this one.
person. Yeah. I'll listen to one episode. No,
She's
just
at least
one
gonna,
episode.
yeah, she's at least gonna listen to this one.
I told you I really don't listen to podcasts.
Right. I did say that. I have a podcast, yet I don't listen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I do sometimes, but it's like, it's not, I think because I'm thinking in that way so much, I'm just like, I can't, when I'm off, I can't do it. Yeah.
Totally. I understand that.
Yeah.
I love a good podcast. I also love a good audiobook.
Oh, I love an audiobook. Do you listen to raunchy ones?
Like sex
Ooh.
books?
Yeah, I have some friends who really have gotten into that. lately.
Wait, is the
that just
audio
felt like a you thing. So I was like,
is the audio
might
announcer
be a
like
me.
really like this?
it's
No,
probably
I
like a
think-
little
And then they're
ASMR
throbbing.
or
There's
is that wait?
Is it
a-
read by a man who
It probably depends on the book.
Oh my God.
Does he say things like milky white breasts?
Milky white breasts.
Milky white
Her
breasts.
bosom.
Her bosom.
I wish
Would
a
that
man
turn you
would-
on if you did say that?
In that tone of voice.
Okay.
Yeah, it would.
Only that tone
Wow.
of voice, though. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I love
I'll
that.
let
No,
you
I
guys
don't.
know if I find
Maybe that's
those
a side
books.
project
Well,
for me.
speaking of milky white tits,
Yeah.
have you ever
What a transition.
have you ever tried rhodile?
Are we going to talk about our debate on the name?
Well, I thought it was rhodial. She says it's
I thought it was
rhodile.
rhodile. And I only say that because when I was at a blog conference with Like to Know It, like way back in the day when it first started with Reward Style, they collaborated with them and everyone was calling it rhodile.
Then it's
Well,
rhodile.
then it's probably rhodile.
Okay.
Yeah. And
But I
rhodial
like your
is for
take on
birds.
it. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but I read things weird because I'm dyslexic, so I have no idea
She
the
sees dead
syllable
people.
of the. Yeah, I don't know.
rhodial.
Yeah, so rhodial.
It's funny. I haven't used rhodile in a while, but I'm really speaking of eye mask and face mask, and they have a neck mask.
Blush drops.
What?
Get into it.
Oh my
Ooh,
god!
see, I love stuff like that.
Do you guys
Ooh,
remember the
moisturizer.
Benefit drops back in the day? Or
Yes.
I used to live on those.
Well, I know Wes Atelier has just come out with skin drops, and I'm fucking obsessed. Oh, that's
Look at
so
that.
cute. Ooh, yeah. Wow, this is nice. This
This
nice.
lip oil, let me tell you a little bit about this lip oil, Feldy.
Tell us.
Ooh, yeah. God damn it, that feels good.
It's plumping.
Oh, there's collagen
It's plumping
in
number one, which we love. We got macadamia oil,
okay.
Oh my God, it feels amazing.
jojoba oil,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yehoba.
I love that.
wheat
Are you a
wheat germ.
Jehovah Witness?
Oh, the Jehovah's Witnesses at our door again. Shh. We got wheat germ oil,
Okay.
germ,
I was like, I don't know if I've heard of wheat germ, but
sweet almond oil,
I feel that.
Oh.
hibiscus oil,
I feel that.
cherry
that.
oil.
I could
I know.
see it.
Yeah.
It's so
So those are
Gorgeous.
all nice. And it's a plumper, guys, which we love. Who doesn't love a
Oh.
plumper?
Well, it
Look
doesn't
at the way
feel like
this
that.
blush looks.
Oh, maybe that one's not.
Shiny and glistening.
Oh, that's really
Oh,
pretty.
really pretty.
Ooh, send us every.
And I
send
love a
us
good
more.
vitamin C. I'm curious about that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
dragon's
very pretty.
blood. They have a
Yeah.
whole.
That's the line. They have like a neck mask. They have
smells
eye mask.
so
It's
good.
good. That's the
Oh,
stuff
I'm
I've
gonna-
used before.
This reminds me of something. There's another moisturizer that comes out the top just like this.
Oh, I have an eye cream like that.
Also, your color palette right there is just
It really works.
something.
Summertime.
What is that? Is it just a moisturizer?
This is a sculpting gel.
Okay,
It's
nice.
a collagen
Yeah.
volupilline.
I remember all of it being very plumping.
We love plumping.
I love a plump. In your
Good way to
40s,
describe
oof,
40s.
love a plump.
See, I love brands like this that have like chemicals in them. This is like
It's tough to
I'm
beat
not
the
a clean girl.
chemicals.
What's
I
in there?
know.
I mean, vitamin C, but if
It's
we
the rest
really,
of it too. Yeah. I go back and forth. I do like a lot of clean
lactic
products.
acid, salicylic, glycolic,
Salicylic.
salicylic,
Salicylic.
Celiac's like a
Texturizes.
gluten free.
oh, retexturizes. Wow. I
That's
can't
where you would need the
breathe.
chemicals.
I'll take that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Amazing.
It's tough because people ask a lot, what are the best beauty brands for clean beauty? And I'm like,
I know.
there's good ones. And I would love to hear you said you really like some of them, but like, I feel like they're never going to be the same. So
Mm-mm.
it just depends on
I
your
know.
goal.
I know.
So what do you love?
Well, I recently got away from trying everything under the sun because
Yeah.
it just wasn't good for my skin. It's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
the
To
more
change it all the
when
time.
you're changing all the time,
yeah.
it just doesn't work
Yeah.
for me personally.
Yeah.
So I went strictly La Roche-Posay.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's not clean.
It's probably
Is it
clean for my wallet.
Oh, got it.
Oh,
Got it.
okay.
I wasn't sure what we were talking about here.
Yeah, clean products. But it's dermatologist recommended.
Oh, right.
Well, in that
pH
case.
balance for women.
And
And
Do you put it on your vagina too?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
don't you put everything on your
I
pussy?
mean, right. Just
That's
with
how you test
Mari,
the
I would
product.
figure. Yeah.
right.
And
Right.
it's burning.
And it just slaps it.
No,
Yeah.
we're good. Yeah.
And on that note, thank you for coming. Thank you
Thank
for
you for
stopping by.
having
Thank
me.
you for hanging out with us
Of
for
course.
You're
way
so
longer
beautiful.
than needed.
Yeah.
You know, you're so hot.
You're so beautiful.
Oh,
We
thank
know you
you.
smell great.
Pretty. Yeah, we know you smell great. Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Velvet's Edge, and you can listen to the Velvet's Edge podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Hey, I'm going to be on the Velvet Edge.
Taryn is also going to be on the podcast
Wow.
whenever you want me to release it.
Yeah. Release
anyway, tune into that episode.
Until next Wednesday. Thanks, guys. Talk soon.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Wow, you guys are fun.